Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about ECG calculations. So today's learning objectives are what would be the components of ECG, that is our electrocardiogram, how to calculate PR interval and heart rate, and to identify whether that ECG strip has got regular or irregular rhythm. So this is the calibration seen in ECG paper. So the x-axis corresponds to time and the y-axis corresponds to voltage, which is expressed in amplitude. So as we know that on the ECG paper, we have big boxes and small boxes. So one big square constitutes of 5 small squares on one row. And in one column, again, it has got 5 small squares. So when the speed of the ECG paper is 25 millimeters per second, then what will one small box correspond to? So in 1 second, the ECG paper runs at the speed of 25 millimeters. So 1 millimeter would be equal to 1 divided by 25, that is 0.04 second. So this small box is equal to 0.04 second. So if you take it for 1 centimeters or 10 millimeters, it will become 0.04 second. So this is how we get the calibration for the time scale. Now, if the ECG paper speed is doubled, that is 50 millimeters per second, in case of patients where there is tachycardia and all, so we may increase the speed of the paper. So at that time, again, the calculations would be in 1 second, the speed is 50 millimeters. So 1 millimeter would be equal to 1 divided by 50. So that is equal to 0.02 seconds. Now, so 10 millimeters would be equal to 0.02 seconds. So remember that the speed of the paper is 25 millimeters per second. 1 millimeter is equal to 0.04 seconds. When the speed of the paper is 50 millimeters per second, the speed is the 1 millimeter is equal to 0.02 seconds. So keep this thing in mind. We have already discussed the rule of 300 and 1500 for regular rhythms. For irregular rhythms, this rule does not fit. So what is rule of 300? So by rule of 300, heart rate is equal to 300 divided by number of big squares between two complexes or between RR interval. And what is rule of 1500? So by rule of 1500, heart rate is equal to 1500 divided by number of small squares between two complexes, or in an RR interval, how many small squares are present. So you have to count those squares and then substitute in the denominator. Now, this paper and pencil method is used to determine the rhythm. So how do we do it? We take a piece of paper and with a pencil, we mark the paper at RR waves for two consecutive QRS complexes. So this point and this point, these constitute two consecutive complexes. So when you take interval between these 2 points, that will be equal to RR interval. So you will go on marking on the piece of paper and then you move that paper across the strip and align these 2 points across each peak of the QR complexes. So if they match these 2 points, means the distance is equal. So it means all the QRS complexes are equally spaced. That means the rhythm is regular. So this is the first question. In this ECG strip, what do P, QRS complex, T and U waves represent? What are the causes of high QRS complexes and what are the causes of low amplitude QRS complexes? So as we know, this is a P wave, this is a QRS complex, this is T wave and this is U wave. So the answer for the first question is P wave, whose duration is 0.1 second and amplitude varies from 0.1 to 0.12 millivolts. The cause of P wave is atrial depolarization. So A P wave represents guide to the functional activity of atria. So whenever there is atrial hypertrophy, you will see peaked P waves. Because the amplitude of the wave is represented by the thickness of the wall. So if the wall is thick, you will get big amplitude waves. So peaked P waves are seen in atrial hypertrophy. And in case of atrial fibrillation, P waves disappear. Coming to QRS complex, the duration is 0.08 to 0.1 second, whereas amplitude is from 0.1 to 0.2 millivolts. So the reason for QRS complex is ventricular depolarization. So whenever you see deep Q waves, you can suspect myocardial infarction. When tall R waves are seen, you can suspect ventricular hypertrophy. As I have been telling, the wall, if the thickness of the wall increases, the amplitude of the wave also increases. Then the cause of low voltage QRS complexes are hyponatremia, pericardial effusion, hyperinflation of chest, pleural effusion, and hypothyroidism. So these are few causes of low voltage QRS complexes. Whereas prolonged QRS complexes are seen in bundle branch block, ventricular hypertrophy, or dilatation. So these are few questions you all can remember for the exams. Now next, T wave. The cause of T wave is ventricular repolarization. The duration ranges from 0.27 seconds and the amplitude is up to 0.3 millivolts. Now the significance of T wave is, in case of myocardial ischemia or infarction, you may see inverted T waves, whereas you see tall T waves in case of hyperkalemia. Now U wave, the duration ranges from 0.8 seconds and the amplitude is 0.2 millivolts. The prominent U waves are usually seen in hypokalemia. So the first question is answered. What are the different causes of PQRS, P wave, QRS complex, T wave, and U wave? Now coming to the other components, that is interval. So PR interval, the duration ranges from 0.12 to 0.20 seconds. If the duration is less than 0.12, you can suspect it's a short PR interval, and it is usually seen when the impulse bypasses the AV node. And this usually happens whenever there is an extra bundle of Kent or JM fibers which conduct impulses directly from SA node to the Purkinje fibers. Whereas if the duration is prolonged more than 20 seconds, this is indication of delayed AV conduction or hypokalemia. That is, if the potassium concentration goes less than 0.2 milliequivalents. So as the heart rate increases, PR interval will get shortened. PR interval is an indication of atrial depolarization and AV conduction. Coming to QT interval. A QT interval duration is 0.40 to 0.43 seconds. Now, this interval is also inversely proportional to the heart rate. Means, if the heart rate increases, this duration will decrease. The normal QT interval is usually less than half of the preceding RR interval. So, if there is prolonged QT interval, you can suspect there is delay in ventricular repolarization. It can also lead to arrhythmias, ventricular fibrillation, or sudden cardiac arrest. Other examples of cases of prolonged QT interval are hypocalcemia, hypothermia, and raised intracranial tension. Now, RR interval. Now, RR interval is the interval between two consecutive R waves, means one cardiac cycle. So with the help of RR interval, you can estimate rate as well as rhythm in that ECG strip. The duration of RR interval ranges between 0.6 to 0.12 seconds. Coming to PP interval. Now, PP interval is the interval between two consecutive P waves. It also corresponds to one cardiac cycle, and it can also be used for estimation of rate as well as rhythm. Now, Why we prefer RR interval? Because our waves have got peak points, so it is easy to use for determination of rate as well as rhythm. In a normal sinus rhythm, RR interval is always equal to PP interval. Question number 2. Now in this ECG strip, we are supposed to calculate PR interval, calculate heart rate, and add a comment about the rhythm. I have just magnified this wave. So if you start counting, now PR interval is from the beginning of the P wave till the beginning of QRS complex. So if you count these boxes, means from this point to this point. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 small squares constituting in this PR interval. So PR interval will be equal to 0.02 second into, 0.4 into 5 small squares, that is 0.2 second. 0.2 into 5, that is 0.1 second. Now coming to heart rate. Now heart rate will be calculated as 1500 divided by number of small squares between RR interval. So now if you look at the RR interval, you just count the number of boxes in this. So from this point, so 1, you just count these big boxes. So that will be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 into 5 will be equal to 20. So 21, 22, 23. So number of small boxes are 23. So if you divide this, you get 65.21. So the heart rate in this ECG strip is 65 beats per minute. So rhythm is regular. So for this, we have to compare with the paper and pencil method like this. So you get it as regular rhythm, which is very evident in this strip. Now here, calculate heart rate in this given ECG strip and interpret. Comment about the rhythm in this ECG strip. Now here again, because the lines are not corresponding against the big lines, so we have to use a formula of 1500. So 1500 divided by number of small squares between RR intervals. So again count, so here it will be 1 and 2 big boxes and then more 2 small squares. So it is 1500 divided by 12, that is equal to 125. So here the heart rate is equal to 125 beats per minute. As we know, if the heart rate increases more than 100, that is known as tachycardia. The normal heart rate ranges between 60 to 100 beats per minute. So as this is 125, this is a strip of sinus tachycardia and rhythm is regular. Now, again here calculate the heart rate and the rhythm. So if you see here, take the wave which corresponds on the thick line. So again, we have to use a formula of 1500. So if you start counting, it gives to 21 small squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4 into 5, that is 20 squares, and the one small box over here. So that is 21. So 1500 divided by 21 is equal to 71.42. So heart rate is 71 beats per minute. So again it ranges, it is coming in range of 60 to 100 beats per minute. So this is a normal sinus rhythm. And if you compare, all the strip complexes are equally spaced, so rhythm is regular. Now calculate again the heart rate in this ECG strip and interpret. And also comment about the rhythm in this ECG strip. So here again, as the waves are not exactly corresponding against the thick lines, we have to choose the formula of 1500. So again 1500 divided by number of small squares between the RR interval. So what is the heart rate? Now start counting from here. So the convenient method is you start taking a wave which is on a thick line over here so that the counting is easy. So if we choose this wave over here, it is 1, 2 and 3 big squares. So big squares means 15 small squares and then taking 2 more boxes. So that is equal to 17. It should be 17 over here. So 1500 divided by 17 should be, I think, around some 99 or something. So again, it is just a mistake over here. It should not be 22, it should be 17. So heart rate over here would again come in normal rate. So again, calculate the PR interval in this given ECG strip and calculate the heart rate. I think you students should start solving this answer over here. So again, if you calculate the PR interval, how much it should come here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. So 6 into 0.04, that would be equal to 6 into 0.4 is 0.04 is 0.24. So PR interval is equal to 0.24 seconds. So that is a prolonged PR interval because normal PR interval ranges from 0.12 to 0.20. So here, we start calculating the heart rate over here. So I have given you only 2 waves over here. So look here, again, if you start counting, count the boxes over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 boxes is equal to 20. So 20 and then 21 over here and 4 boxes here. So that is 25. So 1500 divided by 25 is equal to 60. So is this heart rate normal? Yes, because normal heart rate ranges from 60 to 100. So this is a normal sinus rhythm strip. Now again here, calculate the PR interval. So if you see here, from this point to this point. So this is 1, 2, 3, from here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 into 0.4 is equal to 0.2 seconds. So this PR interval is between normal range. Now coming to heart rate. Now heart rate, here also we cannot apply rule of 300 because it is not falling on thick lines. So if you calculate the heart rate over here, again start counting 1, 2, 3. So 15 and then here. So it has come to 21. So 1500 divided by 21 is equal to 71.42. So you can take the heart rate as 71 beats per minute. So again, this is normal and rhythm is regular. Now, this is the 8th ECG strip. You have to calculate the heart rate in this given ECG strip and interpret and then also comment about the rhythm. For the rhythm, you are supposed to use the paper pencil method. Now, for the heart rate, again, choose a wave which corresponds on the thick line over here. So, you start counting from here to here, it comes as 17 because 1, 2, 3 boxes and here 2. So 1500 divided by 17 is 88.23. So again here, the heart rate is within normal limits. Now, comment about the rhythm in this ECG strip. Now, as you look at this strip, it is evident that the rhythm is irregular. So, the best is, now we have taken 2 points over here on the paper pencil method. So mark these 2 points and when you switch to the consecutive QRS complex, you see that the distance is less. Again, you compare here, this RR interval corresponds to this RR interval. This one also corresponds to the preceding RR interval, whereas the next RR interval is similar to the first one which we have made it. So if you see, this RR interval is equal to this RR interval, whereas these three RR intervals are of same proportion. So on comparing, of course, if you compare this whole strip in a whole, the RR intervals are not equal. So this is a strip of irregular rhythm. Now comment about the heart rate in this given ECG strip and interpret. So again, choose a wave which is corresponding on the thick one. So here it is 12 small boxes, because this is 1, 2. So this is 10, 11, 12. So the heart rate is 125. So as the heart rate is exceeding more than 100 beats per minute, it is tachycardia. Now again, comment about the rhythm in this ECG strip. So again, compare. This is by paper pencil method. You can note the point on these RR waves. Then again, so if you see, these two are of same interval. When you compare this is of course less than this RR interval. This is much more lesser than this RR interval. Again, this is less than these two RR intervals. So all the waves are not of equal RR intervals. So this is irregular rhythm. Now look at this ECG strip and calculate heart rate in this given ECG strip and interpret. Also comment about the rhythm. So rhythm for we use the paper pencil method. So this is almost equidistant. So this is regular rhythm. And if you look at the complexes also, all the complexes are of normal morphology. So you see here the P wave, which is followed by QRS complex, which is followed by T wave. So the morphology of sinus rhythm is maintained over here. So this is a strip of a normal rhythm. Coming to heart rate. Now heart rate, here again we have to use a formula of 1500. So you start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many small boxes are there? So 30, 32, almost 31. So 1500 divided by 31 is equal to 48. Now is this heart rate normal? No, because the heart rate is less than 60. So this is of bradycardia. So this is sinus bradycardia. Why sinus bradycardia? Because the morphology of P wave, QRS complex and T wave are maintained. The only thing is heart rate is less than 60. So this is sinus bradycardia. Now again calculate the PR interval. So you look at this strip. Calculate heart rate in this given ECG strip and interpret, and also comment about the rhythm in this ECG strip. So if you look at this strip, here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From the start of P wave till the beginning of QRS complexes. So this is PR interval. So if you count, there are 6 small squares. So PR interval will be equal to 6 into 0.04, because one small box is equal to 0.04. So again, the PR interval would be 0.024 seconds. So here in this ECG strip, PR interval is prolonged. Here I have taken 0.2, that's a mistake. It should be double to 0.04. So PR interval should be 0.24 seconds. Coming to heart rate. Again, here we cannot apply rule of 300. So we have to go for 1500 rule. So if we count here, how many boxes are there? 20. So 1500 divided by 20 is 75. 75 again fits into normal range of heart rate. So this is normal sinus rhythm with prolonged PR interval. So that is what is the interpretation of this ECG strip. Thank you very much for your patient listening.